I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there any?
Hey everyone, it's Simplicity and welcome back to a new video. Today we have a bit of a speed decor. I haven't done one of these videos in a little while. And I was pre-filming Birthstone Legacy and decided that I had moved them, so I decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and fool around, try and figure out a new house for them after I move them, because at the point of, they're not currently there in the series, but I moved them to Sunlit Tides, and so I was like, okay, I'm going to try and make this kind of a little bit more tropical. This kitchen, though, gave me the biggest hassle I think I've ever had for a kitchen in The Sims ever. It took me way too long. So I tried doing this one night, couldn't figure out something that worked for me at all. I wasn't vibing with it. And even this that I have here wasn't vibing with this either, that I full on end up changing it. So it was an interesting time. The kitchen was the only part of this house that I kind of actually struggled with and wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Because I wanted a pop of color, I wanted an accent wall. I couldn't figure out what the color scheme is that I wanted. Now I do eventually get there. It just took me a little bit too long. I had to go and I took a break from it, left my game up. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to try and fool around with this, see what color I like for the cabinet, and base the wall off of that, instead of me trying to base the cabinets off of the wall. And I feel like that made a huge difference for me. But yeah, so everything you're currently seeing, I believe I ended up deleting most of it. Actually, no. I think I just recolored it. I think we ended up with the same, okay, so there we go. So you can see, I did a lot of it off camera. So we ended up with, this mint green kind of blue color, and then, a really pretty back accent wall. A lot of this house, I will say, is white when it comes to the wall color, because that was kind of what I felt worked, that I could make the pops of color work a little bit better. So I hid my fire alarm behind the fridge. Nothing unusual. I tend to do that quite a lot in my builds. And this was what we ended up with for the kitchen. I do end up fixing that one cabinet on the left hand side, so don't worry about that. There, so as you can see, it's fixed. But yeah, I ended up really liking the kitchen, and I think it ended up being one of my favorite spots. So some things I do try and figure out off camera, just so that I could not waste time with a whole lot of footage, even though I feel like I kind of already did. But a lot of it I just wanted to figure out. The colors, I went with the purple and blue quite a bit throughout this house because of aquamarine and amethyst. But it's not technically the amethyst purple, it's a lighter purple. I feel like it worked out really well. I wanted a runner here, but I don't believe, I want to say I wanted the blue one, which we did. And I used this floor all throughout the house. I felt like it was the prettiest one. I painted the walls white, nothing all too exciting. I was going to say, I don't remember what I did in this little nook, because the original layout of this house in Sunlit Tides is very different than what I ended up doing with it for this section, because the original house, I think, had maybe 2 living rooms, a formal and an informal, and I don't tend to do that a lot in my houses, especially not a house like this. So that was kind of why I was like, you know what, I'm going to make the kitchen a bigger space. This table doesn't stay. I didn't like the way that it looked. And then I was testing out a couple of chairs, which is why you see everything the way that it is. But I felt like a round table fit this space better. What I was going to say, did I go with all white over here? But I don't think I did. I could be wrong. But I want to say that's not what I did. But yeah, I felt like a round table just kind of fit the space a little bit better, and I didn't have to worry as much. I don't know. Some of these things I questioned what I was doing for a little bit, but we do eventually get there. I wanted pops of color, which was why I stayed so kind of like neutral with most of the stuff. But I really liked this like wood kind of tone, but I didn't know how to match it, which was like my biggest struggle, and I think that was why I didn't end up going with it. But I think I tried, and then I rephrased everything. Oh, did I not? Oh, okay. I didn't end up going with a round table here. I went with a square kind of ranch style table. Pop of color was with the rug because it was a little bit of like a rainbow kind of vibe. And I was gonna say, I think I went white, to be completely honest. Maybe I didn't. I might have actually kept this as like a warm wood, and then I did, I think, like a blue cushion. I don't know. I wanted to try and pull like a color from the rug, and I really like the blue. No, I definitely went white, because I liked the way that the white looked better with the blue. I do remember that now. So I went ahead and changed all that over to like a painted white, and then we did like a painted white table. And then, you know, of course I had to go in and add some plants. The initial one that I wanted to use was too big for this space, but I do try and add, you know, some pops of color in here, despite everything looking very bland and white. But I feel like that's an easier way to play with a pop of color if you are trying to get used to building with color. I highly recommend doing like pops of color with a fair amount of neutrals around it, kind of like what I'm doing here. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's an easier way for the spaces to come together. So you're seeing here I added a few little paintings over here. I was gonna say I don't know what ones I went with, but I guess, yeah, that makes sense. And then I think I added the little chalkboard that I have over here. Well, obviously I did whenever I put down the chalkboard like holding thing. So yeah. So we went with a little chalkboard. I love adding this to my houses. I feel like it's just kind of a bit of a staple and adds like a good mix of things. But I didn't think I went with that one. But, and then we did a little hanging plant. I do end up changing the colors of the stairs and the doors. Actually, I think I switched out the doors entirely. And then this was a bathroom down here. The layout of this bathroom is kind of weird to me because it leads to outside, which is like, it's kind of, I guess, your guest bathroom if you're having like a pool party kind of vibe. I don't know. The layout was weird to me, but I feel like it managed to still kind of work out okay. I put a little like medicine cabinet over here in case anyone got hurt, and then changed up some colors because I felt like it was way too white. So we went with this kind of like light blue. Did I go all white with the cabinets? I guess I did. And then we just kept it kind of simple with the towels as well. I was gonna say, I think I did a little bit of a print of some sort. I don't know. It hasn't been that long since I did this house, and yet I cannot remember a thing. So I went in here and I added a pop of color for the entrance wall with a little bit of kind of like a scallop, I think what that would be called. And then you'll see that I do that on the same side as the door. I think I did a shiplap here. Yeah. I went with a white shiplap because I wanted it to kind of have like a little bit of something to add. I don't know. I just wanted a little bit of texture, kind of. So we kept it like that. And then I was gonna say, did I go to the living room straight on? So I wanted a fireplace, which I know doesn't make a whole lot of sense for some lit tides, but I wanted like I have this one that's like a no chimney kind of fireplace, which I think is the one that I just put down. And I felt like it just went really well with the space, and I didn't want to put a bookshelf there because I had another idea for a bookshelf. And I think I ended up changing that plant out because I didn't like it. We did a little collage of plants over here. This little nook, I ended up making the desk area. I felt like it kind of made the most sense to have this kind of over here because I didn't really know entirely what I wanted to do with the back area of this room. But I feel like it makes sense. I wanted to pop a blue And then we went with the tropical leaf kind of chair. We cluttered up the desk a little bit with some plants and some books. And then this was where I decided I was doing something. So you'll see that I block all of this in. If you've been around on my channel for a while, you know exactly what I'm doing. So I painted all the walls, and then I go in and I add archways. So I tend to do these rounded off ones just like this. And then we take some bookshelves and we build them into the wall. So I was trying to see which color I liked better between the light wood and the orange. I ended up liking the light one better. And there we go. So now we have some built-in bookshelves. Takes up some space. They are functional, which is always really nice. And then I tried to put a big plant over there. I didn't like it. So we went with a bit of a smaller plant, which I think I actually ended up deleting, because I realized how awkward of a space I made for this living room. So I want to say, yeah, I moved some things around. We did a pop of blue here to tie into the front doorway. And then I was going to say, did I go neutral with a rug? But I don't even know if I put a rug down. I think, oh, I did go with a rug. I put down this little circular one, that's right. And then I put down the matching chair over here, which I made like a purpley kind of lilac color. I don't know, it's kind of a weird space. And then of course had to add some stuff for the dogs. So I wanted the little kind of basket beds, trying to see what one I felt like worked better in here. So we put a couple of those down. I moved the one into the corner because I felt like it looked like it was too close. And then I went with the aquarium. Oh, I don't think I originally put down the aquarium, but that was what I do. I ended up putting down the aquarium for my high-end loft stuff, which was not originally what I had planned, but I also didn't feel like a foosball table fit this family, but I wanted like something. So you'll see I come back over here, we put down a blue rug, and then the fish tank kind of in the middle of the room as a bit of a kind of staple piece. And then we started up here with the bathrooms, because I figured bathrooms are fairly easy, doesn't take all too long. I kept this where it was like separate, but I went with the same wood that we originally had. So this is the main like bedroom area, but this is obviously like the attached bathroom. So I went with a shower and a tub. So they have both. I guess Amethyst technically has both. And she's got like obviously her toilet, she's got a sink, she's all good to go, she's got everything. It leads to a balcony outside, which is kind of interesting. But I feel like it, it works. I was gonna say, I thought I kept it neutral with a gray, which I did. And then we added in a mirror. I use this one, I think, some Master Suite. Is that what it's called? I can't even think of the name of what that pack is called because I barely use it. Double sink, some cute little towels, nothing all too extravagant. I might have added a painting, which I think I did this one because I felt like it worked for the space. Obviously added my peachy clean rug, and then we came over here to Marin's bathroom, even though she's still a toddler. But she's gonna have her own kind of little ensuite bathroom situation here too. Hers is a lot more simple, but it still gets the job done. Bathroom's really not that exciting. And then we moved into the hallway, which my game crashes pretty soon. I don't know at exactly what point, and I hadn't saved in like an hour, so I ended up redoing this area and one of the bedrooms. So they may not be absolutely identical in the series as they are in this video, which you will probably see. I want to say I have all the footage for that, so I don't know. Things just might not be identical, which is fine. Hallways are like the one area that I never know what to do with them. Especially whenever they're like shaped like this. I feel like it's such a weird kind of like angle that I never know what to do. So I tried adding in some runners. I did really like them, but I think I overdid it the first time. As you can see, I did like the 3, so I ended up removing them. and apparently that was whenever I decided to move on to the bedroom. So I felt like I had a decent idea. This is the guest room. I'm thinking we're probably going to end up having a roommate in this house because I didn't really know what else to do with this. And this was really the only house that I liked that we could actually afford. So, which, like, they had a lot of money, I'm not going to lie. They had probably like 146,000 simoleons, something like that. It's a fairly, like, expensive house. So we're probably going to end up having a roommate because nothing else really made sense for this room. Like, obviously I could have done like a detective kind of office for her, but I don't know. It didn't scream office room to me. It screamed like guest room, roommate kind of situation. So that was kind of what I decorated with in mind. Now, you're probably wondering, why did you do this room first? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know why I allowed so much of our simoleons to go into the guest room, but for whatever reason I did. I don't know. So obviously I went in and I put everything down before I recolored it. I kept the rug the blue though because I liked it. I think I made this all white. Yeah. And then I switched out this chair over here because I tried so hard to recolor it and make it work with the room, and I feel like the shape of it was not working for me. Like, no matter what I did, I didn't end up liking it as much as the original green, but the green didn't go with the room. So I think I changed that, lightened up this little bookshelf. Yeah, I went with this little chair because I felt like it just kind of fit the room a little bit better, even with the blue that it originally had. We added a painting in, and somewhere along this point is when my game crashes, and I don't remember it exactly. Oh, it's whenever I go in to select a blanket. So you will see, like, I get pretty far into this room. I'm literally at the point of, like, finishing it up, and that was when my game said, haha, bye. So luckily I was able to kind of remember what I did. Again, it's probably not identical, but it's probably somewhere close. But obviously added some plants. I changed this up. Okay, so I think that was the point that my game had crashed. So we kind of kept up originally, like, right where we were at, because I did so much of it kind of off camera. So yeah, I feel like I still kind of managed to make it work. I had a very specific rug in mind for this, and I didn't end up actually going with the one that I thought I was going to. So that was interesting. I went with this one, which was not the one I intended. And then we moved on over here to Marilyn's room, which at this point she is still a toddler. So everything in here is still, you know, just kind of like a little, kind of babyish, but it works. I was gonna say, I think I just kind of like cluttered it a little bit. Like, not in like a, it looks really bad kind of clutter, just kind of, you know, like it's a kid's room. There's gonna be toys and things are kind of gonna be everywhere. It's not entirely all organized and planned out. I put the activity table down. That was it. I wanted the toy box, but I didn't know where to put it. And then I changed the color of the room to kind of like a blue, which I kind of wish that I kept it white. And then we changed up the crib to match so that it was white with a pop of blue. I changed this over to blue, apparently. I thought I went white with that. And a little painting. And I want to say that was it. I didn't really do like a whole lot else. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up right here. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, you can go ahead and hit the like button down below. If you want to see some more videos from me, you can go ahead and subscribe. I post videos typically 6 days a week right now. If you are already subscribed and want notifications when I post, you can go ahead and hit that bell. Make sure that your YouTube notifications are turned on. I'm going to go ahead and leave you all with a little bit of music, and I will see you all in my very next video. Bye, lovelies!